I guess I'm kind of sentimental, but this doily that was so unceremoniously underneath an old dirty flower pot, I want to give it a special place. So I'm going to put it in my large frame and give it a place of honor. I guess I sort of want to make an atonement for all the mistreatment we gave it over the years. So I've redampened the whole thing, and I'm trying to get it to stretch out just a little bit better. At first glance I thought these were just knots, but then on closer examination I realized that they're actually little loops that Grandma had meticulously crocheted in all the way around. Must be about 200 of them. Unfortunately, most of them have been sort of knotted up, and they look like little knots. A few of them you can see here are opened up. I got to figure out a way that I can open them all up, and then get them so that they display that way. You know, Grandma must have spent hours at this. I've custom cut a piece of 1/4-inch plywood to fit my large mahogany frame here. And now the black poster paper from the dollar store. You know, I've said it before, but I sure do like the way those doilies stand out against that black background. Well, now that's obviously going to be good. And obviously, before I actually start tacking it onto the board, I got to fasten this board to the back. Now, as I mentioned once before in one of these videos, this little machine is so easy to use that it would be very easy to just overdo it. And we're finished. Now this time I'm going to remember to put the wire on the back before I get the doily mounted. Oh, and point of interest, this thing here used to be my grandfather's. You know, it's possible that this little tape measure is over 80 years old. I'm just a little concerned that just one strand of wire might not be strong enough, so I'm just going to triple it here. Okay, that's about center. Now pull it straight at the other end. I don't want to use any more pins than necessary here, and yet on the other hand I don't want it to sag either while it's hanging on the wall. The doily is now fastened on all four sides, and it's square and centered on the frame. Now, if you were fortunate enough to have watched the first videos on the doilies, you'll remember this. Well, here's that same doily, all cleaned up and hanging on the wall. Now, doesn't this look a lot better? I have two more doilies here that I want to mount. And before I do, I'm going to show you just the delicate stitching that's in this one. And I'll try and find something to put beside the stitches so that you can see the relationship to the size. Unbelievable. Okay, you all know how small a dime is. I'll see if I can slowly move this so that we can get in there and see those little tiny stitches. I'm sorry, it's hard to move it slow. Okay, I won't make you look at any more little tiny stitches. I guess it's just that because I can't do this myself, I'm so impressed with it. Now I just mounted these last two doilies, but I want to show you something really interesting about this one. Now I didn't notice this until I was actually mounting it. You notice it's broken up into segments, and it'd be like 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Everything is even. However, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Now why wouldn't there be 12? I wonder what Grandma was thinking. She obviously did that for a reason. I find that really interesting. Well, that's it for mounting doilies. And making these frames, it was fun, at least the first one. The second one was a little bit fun, but by the time I got to the third and the fourth, the novelty had wore off. And so I'm going to mount the rest of the doilies eventually, but I'm going to find a faster and easier way to do it. I'll probably make a frame again someday for something, but not for a while. I've got Christmas candy bowls to make.